the man's going to the Most High. Who can understand his own way without Yahweh Shai? All the man's going to the Most High. Who can understand his own way without Yahweh Shai? All the man's going to the Most High. Who can understand his own way without Yahweh Shai? All the man's going to the Most High. Who can understand his own way without Yahweh Shai? Yahweh Shai.
So-called blacks, you so-called Hispanics, who has fathers as Negro and any innocent. You are the biblical Israelites that the Bible speaks of.
All right, shalom, peace and blessing is another day, basically of the series of basically restoring the nation, because y'all know what today is. Basically, it's another day of the Feast of Dedication. So we're going to keep this, this bullet gravy train going, because why? Because we're going to need this truth, according to thus saith the Lord, because you want to know why? Because it is a good, blessed day. It's a blessed week, you know what I mean? Because we're going to be doing this. We're going to be rocking this thing until the wheels fall off, right, ladies and germs and ladies, you know, and share the class, right? Like I said, today's topic is, according to the scriptures, it was going to be basically, yesterday we talked about the order of the family. You got God, Christ, man, woman, and you got the children. Today is going to basically, we're going to get into the topic of basically the order of the man, right? So we're going to make sure that we get into the order of the man, because you know why? Because us being the head of the household, if we're not in order, guess what? The rest of the brothers and sisters won't be in order, and the children won't be in order, right? So it's a good thing. Bless it. So like, subscribe on YouTube as well. Share the class, okay? While I do it, let me share some of the class with the brothers. All right, while I do that, y'all take a moment to share the class, and so we can get this party started, right? Because we're going to talk about basically the order of the men anyway, you know what I mean? A lot of people, because yesterday I thought it was just a lot of women bashing, like, nah, man, we're talking about the order of the household, because if the household is not in order, how else can we as men, guide the family the right way, right? So we got to make sure that us as men keep everything G to G, good to go, all that good stuff, right? Let me see who else. And boom. All right. Cool. Bet. Right on. Now, okay, all praise the Most High. Now, let's get to it. The order of the man, right? So we're going to get to talk about scriptures. Yeah, obvious. Talking about the scriptures. We're going to basically get into it about the order of the man. I know some of y'all women like, yeah, get on the man. Yeah, get on us. Because why? Because without us, nothing should be able to go. Nothing will work if we're not the ones physically working, spiritually working. We got to make sure that we put that overtime in. I mean, some things, sisters, some stuff we can do, some stuff we can't do. We got to use common sense and use wisdom, and not just be hopping out there half. You can't be Leroy Jenkins out there. If y'all know what that means, look it up, YouTube it. Leroy Jenkins. There's a weird dude in a video game. Just running there half cocked. Leroy Jenkins run up in there and everybody got shot up and killed. So you don't want no husband, Leroy Jenkins, the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So let's get some foundation scriptures. Let's start off with the first book I always like doing, right? Is John 8:32. Let's go to the first book. Well, we'll put it right here. All right. The book of John, chapter 8. That's going to be a rememberable moment, right? The phone dropping on the ground. Okay. John 8:32. The book of John, the 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Basically, I like using it. I love using that scripture because we're going to basically learn the truth of the order of the man. Yesterday, we found the order of the household. You got you got God, man, Christ, then you got the woman, right? So right now, in that order, we ain't got to worry about, you know what I'm saying, God. We ain't got to worry about, yes, we do got to worry about him. We ain't got to worry about his order. We ain't got to worry about Christ's order. What we got to worry about is the man and the woman and the children, right? Because God and Christ, they straight. They already got their reward. We got to get ours, right? So the order of the man is basically going to get into. Go to 1 Corinthians. Right? Go to 1 Corinthians. And 11. We're going to learn about the order of the man. Okay? 1 Corinthians 11 and 7. The book of 1 Corinthians 11 and verse 7. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of God. That's basically what that scripture is getting into. Like I said, the order of the man, women, children, you got to understand, we are the image and glory of the Most High God. So when you, like I said earlier the other day, when you disrespect the man, you got disrespecting Christ, right? Christ ain't gonna disrespect God because him and God are on the same page. They like, you know what I'm saying? They tight. You see what I'm saying? They always gonna follow. Christ is always gonna follow what thus saith the Lord says. You know what I'm saying? That's what God says. Same way we gotta follow what the Lord says, Christ and God, because Christ is our King, right? So same order, because guess what? It says right there, it says for a man indeed ought not to cover his head. We get that. Man should be covering his head when he pray in the proper sign. But watch this. For as much as he is the image and glory of God, right? But watch this. But the woman is the glory of the man. So if we are the image and glory of the Most High God, the woman is the image and glory of us. So when y'all women do something foul and funky, guess what? It makes us look bad. When we as men do something foul and funky, guess what? It makes Christ look bad. Christ ain't gonna make God look bad because, well, like I said, them two are in order. It's all about us, right? Let's keep going. Go to Ephesians. Hit you with some foundation right quick so before we dive into it. Some foundation. Ephesians 5. Let's start with the foundation. We're gonna build up to this, right? Ephesians 5:23. Let's build the foundation first of the man. And then, you know what I'm saying, we're going to dive right into it. Right. Ephesians 5:23. The book of Ephesians 5, verse 23. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church. Right? So, like I was saying, Christ is our head, just like we are our woman's head. Right? So when Christ is our head, what do we got to do? We got to make sure that we keep our minds stayed and focused on the Most High God. Because why? Because he's our head. We got to make sure that we do what thus saith the Lord. If we go out on our own and walk and talk and act any other kind of way, guess what, man? We're going to look real stupid, beat, busted, and disgusted. Because why? Because we're making, you know what I'm saying, Christ look bad. Because if it's like I said earlier, in Ephesians 5, for the husband is the head of the wife, because she's the glory of us. If we are, you know what I'm saying, if we are supposed to be the men that's supposed to be the image of God, right? We shouldn't be out there acting any old kind of way. We should be acting according to thus saith the Lord. We should be acting like righteous men. We're the head. You understand? This basically, right here, this head has to be intact. If this is not intact, everything else falls. Right? Go to Deuteronomy. Yeah, Deuteronomy. Watch this. Some foundation. Then we're going to dive into it. We're going to build up the walls. Right? Deuteronomy 6 and 6. Let's bring it back to the old. Right? God, what's up with this stuff, man? Jesus Christ, this is gonna be part of the whole show right now. I gotta find something to prop this thing up. Look at this, man. Jesus. Trying to use basically, you know what I'm saying, man, this is messing up, man. God, you're around 6 and 6. To find something to prop this thing on. That got like a stool around here or something like that. You can find me a stool or something. That's all I got. Tablets, they keep falling on the ground, man. 6 and 6. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 6 in verse 6. And it reads, and these words which I have commanded thee this day shall be in thine heart. So for men shall it be in thy mind. Watch this. Right? It says, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house. Right now, see, in thy house, right? And when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. So that being said is, man, us as men, we got to make sure that it's too small. Need something bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? Us as men, we got to make sure that we I need something just to prop this phone. I keep falling on the ground. We as men supposed to be teachers of our children. Because if we don't teach our children, guess what? They're gonna fall by the wayside. Matter of fact, if I got it, let me show y'all something. I played a few minutes ago for my kids. All right. Let me get out of this. God, dog. All right. Watch this. Let me see. Oh man. Nope. I don't got it. Nope, I ain't got it. I thought I had something. I texted to him my regular little thing. Anyway, but yeah. But it was talking about as a father, it was like what it says, I'm gonna just break it down to a degree. It was like it says the old man was like, hey, when the kids were like 3 years old, dad knows everything. Baby got like 5. Dad knows some stuff. Then you got a little older. Dad may not know what he's talking about. Then you got a little older again. Dad don't know what he's talking about. Then got like in their 20s. Dad definitely don't know what he's talking about. I know more than dad. And then you got to their 30s. Dad might know what he's talking about. Let me go ask dad. 50s, really let me go talk to dad. 60s, you know what? Dad was right all along. So then after that, dad passes away, right? The dude was like, yo, make sure y'all listen to y'all fathers because you know what I'm saying, you may never know when time for him to go home. Because when he get ready to go home, guess what, man? Those words of wisdom that he dropped on you, you got to recollect. Like, dad, what did Pop say earlier, man? I gotta remember I can't call my dad on the phone and say, hey Pop, I'm going through this, going through that in the third. What should I do? What should I say? Yada whoopty whoop. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because dad has some wisdom right here. Let's go to it. It's saying, thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. So we're teaching our kids, you know what I'm saying, from their youth all the way up. Just like that dude said, from the baby, oh, dad knows everything. Oh, he knows everything. Got a little older. Oh, he know what you're talking about. You know, I was right there. My mom knew what talking about. Yeah, I had a single parent home. But at the end of the day, mom was talking about sooner or later, man, let me call mom right quick. Hey, mom, what's this? Hey, mom, what's that? You know what I mean? I call my pops every now and then, you know what I'm saying, say what's up to him. He drops some jewels on me when he can, you know, because like I said, you only get one father. You know, you may get grandparents, but you only have that one father that you're around every single day. Whether he's, you know what I'm saying, working abroad, he comes every once in a while, he can see you, or if he's in the house every single day. I know some people wish they can hug their father right now because some of their father's not even here, right? Let's keep going. Let's go to let's keep going. Got my notes. Watch this. The Most High created the man to be the image and the glory of God. Today, Israelite men have been broken and weakened, but the Most High is calling his sons back into divine order. The Israelites, us as the Israelites, right? As the Israelites, Israelite man was created to lead, teach, provide, protect, and rule his household in righteousness. Us as men are supposed to rule our houses in righteousness. If we don't rule our house in righteousness, guess what? You are basically having a chaotic home at the end of the day. Because God told give you that order. You got man, you got God, Christ, man, woman. And then you're supposed to teach them, as it says right here, during 6 and 7, it said, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children. Even thy wife, yes, she ain't your child, but guess what? You supposed to teach her diligently as well, because she's your wife. She's a weaker vessel, right? So Israel rise up and reclaim. Men rise up and reclaim. So watch this. Go to, I did, no, I'm going to 11 again. Watch this. Go to the responsibility of the men. Go to First Timothy, right? First Timothy, because we already talked about, you know what I'm saying, First Corinthians. We said that. First Corinthians 11. The man is the image and the glory of God, covered on the foundation. Ephesians 5:23. The husband is the head, because we are the head of the household. First Timothy, right? 5 and 8. Man must provide, or he is worse than an infidel. Watch this. Go there. First Timothy. Because you got to provide. As men, we got to provide for our family. If we don't, guess what? Watch the Bible. First Timothy. First Timothy 5 and 8. And it reads, but if any provide not for his own, and specifically and especially for those of his own household, he have denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. We as men are supposed to provide for our children. What's the reason? Don't be asking for no little random, little outlandish request. Because I get that. Yes, he's supposed to provide for you, but you got to be within reason. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't make that man feel bad if he don't, you know what I'm saying, don't oblige you with that request, because some stuff got to be within reason. Like, all right, this got to make some sense. Can you go to the moon and give me some dirt? I got you, baby. And then all of a sudden, oh, you ain't providing for me. I actually go to the moon and give me some dirt. Are you serious? You got to be within reason. I'm just using something joke. Something outlandish. Probably in their mind, they think in their mind that it should be nothing to you. You should be able to do for people to provide for me. I get that, yes, but it's supposed to be within reason. And you can't make that person feel bad when he has to calculate everything before he does something. We are calculated creatures. Us as men, we're calculated. We gotta make sure, is this really worth it? Should we doing this? Right? Is it really worth it? Is it? Is it? Right? Deuteronomy 6 and 7. What it says right there, it says that the man must teach. We're teaching you. So we're calculating what we teach you. We watch it, we look it, we read it, we sniff it, smell it, touch it, taste it, whatever the case may be. And like, all right, this is good. Here, now I'm gonna feed my family. We feed our family with the word of the Most High God, right? Let's keep on going. Keep on. Watch this. Go to Joshua. Joshua 24:15. It might not be no long class because there should be some obvious stuff that what men supposed to do, supposed to provide for their family, right? We are the image and glory of the Most High God. You know, we look just like them. Nice, handsome brothers. You know what I'm saying? Joshua 24. (24:15). I hope I'm clear and when I'm reading and I'm not all over the place with y'all. Give me some feedback, right? Joshua 24 and 15. I'm too far. All right, the book of Joshua 24 in verse 15. And if it seems evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood. See, back then, they were serving, you know what I'm saying, sticks and stones and breaking their bones. You know what I'm saying? They were serving sticks and stones. That really wasn't, you know what I'm saying, anything that was godly. That's why the flood had to come. Because why? Because we have a lot of our brothers and sisters as well. We're doing what? We're serving other gods. It said, well, you going to serve me or serve other gods, right? Which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood. Watch this. Or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, I got that on my wall, right? In my house, we will serve the Lord. In my house, we're going to serve the Lord. There is no if and buts about it. That's who we're going to serve. We're not going around serving nobody else. That's who we're going to serve. If God says, yo, we're going to keep the Sabbath day, we're going to keep the Sabbath day holy. If God said keep Feast of Dedication, we're going to keep Feast of Dedication, which we are in. That's why we're building it up, because when we're rededicating the temple, guess what? We have to basically start from the foundation. We got to learn the foundation, right? Because guess what? When we took the temple back, we had to rebuild all over again. So that's the purpose of this series that I'm doing this week, because the Feast of Dedication is us basically rededicating the temple. But guess what? We got to build the temple back up by rededicating the temple. So in the meantime, between time of building the temple, guess what we got to do? Start with the foundation. What's the foundation? Us as the men. We're that foundation, right? Because we got to get the schematics and the blueprint. The blueprint was what? You got to learn. All right, what's the blueprint? All right, you got God, man, God, Christ, man, woman. That's the blueprint. All right, so what do we do with that? Okay, boom. What's the first step? The man first, because he's the foundation. He's the man, because he's the head. If he's not straight, nothing else will work, right? Verse 16, Joshua 24, verse 16. I'm gonna keep on reading this because it's pretty good. And the people answered and said, God forbid that we should forsake the Lord to serve other gods. For the Lord our God, he it is that brought us up, and our fathers, see the men, fathers, right? Fathers out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage, aka slavery, right? And which did those great signs in our sight, and preserved us in all the way wherein we went, and among all the people throughout whom we passed. So that being said, the Most High basically delivered us. Because why? Because your fathers has taught you, yo, we're going to be doing this in our house. Me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. We're going to find him, but thus saith the Lord, right? Go to Proverbs 26. 22, excuse me. I got dyslexia. I'm dyslexic. I see stuff backwards, so forgive me. But sometimes there's something mistakes. So, matter of fact, I said it. I always tell my kids, I hope you said it. It is Proverbs 22 and 6. But I said Proverbs 26, right? I'm going to see what that says. Let's watch this. Because there are no such thing as mistakes. Let that go. Watch this. Proverbs 26 and 6. Watch this. The book of Proverbs 26 and verse 6. I will wash mine hands in innocency. So will I compass thine altar, O Lord. I will wash my hands. We think of us as men, we work with our hands. And being innocency, we're going to wash our hands in righteousness. Because when you're righteous, you're innocent, because you're not guilty of any crimes, right? Of crimes against the Most High God. And he said, watch this. He said, so will I compass thine altar, O Lord. He'll be around the altar, because when you I know in church where it says that, come to the altar to pray. So that's the instance where the men are always in the face of the Most High, where he's praying, he's fasting, he's basically is an intercessor for his family, because why? He is that husband or that house man that keeps everything together. That's what a husband is. So now let's go to Proverbs 26. I did it, 26, 22, and 6. That's what we're going to. Now, the book of Proverbs 22 and 6. Like I said, that's the thing with mistakes, because us as men, you're supposed to be innocent. 22 and 6. Watch this. He trusteth on the Lord that he would deliver him. Let him deliver him, seeing he delight in him. He will deliver us because we delight ourselves in the Most High God, right? When you delight yourself in God, bro, he's going to deliver you from whatever comes your way. Even though, you know what I'm saying, we do get put through our trials. We're going to go through our stuff, right? He says, 22 and 6, but I'm in Psalms, excuse me. Yeah, that's right. Like I said, I don't think it's mistakes, right? I'm in Psalms. Like I said, man, the Most High is working. He's moving. Psalms 22:6. There's a reason for everything. He said, but I am a worm and no man of reproach for men and despise for a reproach of men and despise of the people. Sometimes, right? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, man, people despise us being a righteous, being a good father. Right? Those things mistakes. Psalms 22:6. I'm putting in Proverbs 22:6. I'm sorry. They're like, what the heck are you talking about? It was just things mistakes. He told me Most High he's moving. Even my mistakes are where the Most High sometimes it goes with the class. And I wasn't trying. I see it. Proverbs 22:6. For some reason I'm in Psalms 22:6. It says right here. It says, "But I am a worm. I'm a low man. I'm humble." That's the lowest thing at the bottom of the totem pole. Be a humble man. Don't be a prideful man, right? And no man, a reproach of men and despise of people. When you are a righteous man and you doing thus saith the Lord, sometimes some people despise what you do, and you know but a humble dude to get your life right. Because sometimes some people, you know what I'm saying, came from a crazy background, and he had to get humble, right? Now go to Proverbs 22:6. Proverbs 22:6. Okay, now there. The book of Proverbs, chapter 22:6. Watch this. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. I wish I had that video, because the video was showing how the man, he was training up his kids. He said, man, oh yeah, daddy knows this. Daddy knows a little bit of something. Daddy don't know nothing. He crazy. Daddy really don't know what he's talking about. And then get a little older in your 30s, dad do know what you're talking about. Let me go call my dad right quick and make sure, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing it the right way. Then he get a little older, dad definitely know what you're talking about. Now dad passed away, dad, my silence is going to be ringing more in your ear, like, dad, you talking about, he seems like got on my daggone nerves, but shoot, he has some wisdom. So we gotta cherish those righteous men. If you have a father in your life that's keeping these law and statutes, brothers and sisters, cherish that man. I don't care how much that he may get on your nerves, or he's probably doing too much. Because we have parents that do that. But guess what? We're doing it out of love. We're not doing it out of because we hate you. We want to see you do better than us. You know? Go to the book of Sirach. Well, Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 10 and verse 1. The book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach of the Apocrypha 10 and verse 1. Watch this. A wise judge instructs his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. So a wise judge will instruct his people. We are the men. We are the wise judge. And we will do what? He said we'll instruct our people. Basically, our children are our people. Those are my peoples. Just like every man has their own household, those are your peoples, like these are my peoples. I got to make sure I instruct my peoples, make sure that they are straight, they good, they clothed, they fed, and all that other good stuff. And anything words of wisdom, like, yo, this is basically what it is. I know you may think you know a little something, may got to go to school sometimes, and you read a couple books and probably can spell better than me. I ain't gonna lie, I can't spell word with lick. I may can't do math, but guess what? With the knowledge the Most High gave me, I know what I'm talking about. You may want to fight me tooth and nail. It may sound real good because you may got a little common sense, got your own little life and your own little understandings. But when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, the older men, the older women, I'm gonna throw those up in there just for a tad bit. They know what they're talking about. They've been around for a while. That's why when I was growing up, I always hung around the older men and pick up wisdom. Yeah, some bad habits. They know some young older men. They talk crazy, but I had some wise men around me too as well. So I always learn from them. So you gotta always be really mindful when you're around the older people, man. Soak up that knowledge, because you definitely gonna need it in life. Because you'll be wiser. Because these children today, you'll be wiser than a lot of these kids today if you hang around your older generation. Right? Verse 2. Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, Sirach 10 and verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. If I'm a retarded, stupid, just banging, slanging, and doing all this weird jazz, not keeping God's commandments, guess what? It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. If I'm doing wilding out stuff, so will my children. Same thing I was saying the other day too about leaders of congregation. If your leader of a congregation is not using wisdom, making excuses, not showing up to the Sabbath, lying, cheating, stealing, list goes on and on and on, so will your members. Your members are gonna make excuses like, well, man, I got this going on, fornicating like crazy, lying, caught doing stupid stuff like that. So will your members do the same thing. Because why? Because you're the leadership. Sirach 10 and verse 2, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. So will your members. Will be just because you're the leader, men of the congregation, whether you don't got no children at all, and you lead the congregation, those are your children right now. And you supposed to be so how you act, so with them. Sometimes some men ain't married. Because like Paul was a eunuch for the faith. Some pastors may be eunuch for the faith. Who knows? Right? Let's keep on going. Officers. And what manner of man that rule the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Watch this, verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people. See, an unwise man, father, destroy his kids. Destroy your wife too as well, because she's supposed to be following you. And some women say, well, if he do something dumb, I ain't gonna follow him. Okay, cool, I get it. Yeah, right. You all, all praise, yes. Don't follow him if you do something stupid. Some women do. Follow that man off that cliff. You don't do that, man. What does it say? A wise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. I mean, everything will be. You have. What's the word I'm looking for? It'd be a good kingdom. You know what I'm saying? What's that little movie? The Kingdom of what? Disneyland, the Wonderful Kingdom, something like that. I don't know. What is it, y'all? The Kingdom of something, the Wise Kingdom, something like that. I don't know. It's a little kingdom where basically people having fun, like that. Okay, so it says again. Let me read it again. Sirach chapter 10, verse 3. It says, a wise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudency of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. That basically means the city is going to be safe. There's not going to be nothing crazy, and the roof is going to be on, the bills are going to be paid, food in the refrigerator, you know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. All that good stuff. Okay. Let's go. Responsibility. See, I was reading earlier about leadership, the head and leaders. Let's watch the responsibility. I read earlier, First Timothy 5:8, where, you know what I'm saying, provides, you know what I'm saying, provision is both physical and spiritual. Failure brings judgment, right? So I read Deuteronomy 6 and 7, the man must lead and teach and spiritually and have spiritual guidance of his family, right? Read to you 1 Timothy 3 and 4, where it says where leadership in the home is the foundation of leadership anywhere else, everywhere else. So that's basically right there with those scriptures right there, the precepts right there. It goes to show you that that's leadership in the home. Now, the responsibility of the home, we got 1 Timothy 5 and 8, Deuteronomy 6 and 7, Joshua, right? Proverbs. But watch this. Go to Sirach. Say Sirach. Let's go to 30. Sirach 30 and 3. Sirach 30 and 3. Let's stay in Ecclesiastes. Sirach chapter 30. Matter of fact, we start at verse 1. Right? Watch this. He that love his son, you know what I'm saying, causeth him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy in him in the end. He that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintances. Yeah, I mean, I know what subject y'all make think like you have fun spanking the kids. No, it's not fun whooping. That's pain. We don't want to discipline our kids like that, man. it really hurts us. Like, y'all heard that saying, it's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt me. Or it hurts me more than it's gonna hurt you. And the kid's like, no, it don't. You like beating me. Like, no, it's hurting me because us as parents, we don't like spanking our kids. We really don't. But if when we have to do it, we have to. Because if we don't do it, guess what? It says right here, it says, he that loveth his son causes him off to feel the rod. We love you. We do it because we love you. Like I said, it's going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. In our mind, as a kid, knowing that, you enjoy doing it. When you keep acting up, what you think is going to happen? We don't enjoy doing it. Oh, my God. We don't like that. Like, oh, my God, I got to do it again. Beat the daggone kid. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we go in our room, we're like, man, why the baby don't listen? And then we got some prayers up like, Lord, why this child ain't listening? What's going on? Am I failing, Lord? Why, Lord? You know, because we got to beat that out of them. Like, you know. Verse 3, watch this. Ecclesiastes 30:3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy. That's why we do it. Because we want to make sure that you grieve the enemy. Because if we don't punish you here, guess what? Esau and them waiting for a billy club to bust you upside your head. You out there wild out, acting up in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? Somebody out in the streets is going to be ready. You're going to get killed or you'll end up missing. We keep you so close to our hand. Like, my wife is very overprotective. Sometimes I think she be doing too much, but all praise the Most High that he put that in her. That she got no, I see y'all gonna do what y'all gotta do. Y'all play the game while I'm over here on the phone. Nah. She makes sure she's nosy up in these kids' lives. And I love that about her. They think it's annoying. Yeah, it is. But shoot, it's necessary. Because why? Verse 3 again. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice in him. A lot of people always say, man, your kids are very well behaved. Yeah, because we train them up right. All praise the Most High. I can toot my little horn. Toot my little horn on that. You know, because we raise our children right. And other brothers and sisters raise their children right as well, but I can speak for mine because this is my household. I can't speak for everybody's household. You know. Do they buck up sometimes? Yes, they do. They're children. That happens. That's why we gotta train up a child in the way they should go. Right? Y'all know that's scripture backwards and forwards. When they get old, they shall not depart from it. All praise the Most High. My mother trained me up. You know? Yeah, my father wasn't there. This is what it is. I still love him. You know what I'm saying? Just our relationship is different. So I got him, but I still listen to him because he's still my dad. Even though, yeah, he may not, because some people get it twisted because your father wasn't there and I can treat him disrespect. Like, no. The Bible still say honor your father and your mother. The Bible didn't say if he was in jail or if he wasn't around, I say I can disrespect my father. No, you just love him at a distance. You still respect and honor your father, even though he may not be present in your life or he wasn't there every single day like everybody else's moms and dad. So you gotta respect that man. Because guess what? He still is your father. Plain and simple. Verse 4:3 again. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Verse 4. Though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead. Because when we train him up in the way they should go, it's like, I'm still here. Because why? Because we put that fear in them of the Most High and put the fear of, like my dad taught me right. Because when we go, you have fear for the Most High. That's what we're here for. The fear that you have fear of us is 10 times worse from the Most High. You may not even see the Most High. Like I said, played that video earlier. I was trying to play it. You know, matter of fact, y'all on y'all phone too. No, man. Well, actually, give me on y'all phones right quick so I can play it. Right? Daggone it. Oh, well, anyway. I was going to find it, man. Matter of fact, can I? I don't want to exit out of this. No, never mind. Anyway, like I said about the father, he's here, he's there, and all of a sudden now he's gone, and his voice is, he's missing. His silence is going to basically teach you a lot, right? I wish I really had that video. Darn you, Scuba Steve. Anyway, keep going. Ecclesiastes 30 and verse 4 again. Though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he have left one behind him that is like himself. Verse 5. While he lived, He saw and rejoiced in him. And when he died, he was not sorrowful. He left behind him an avenger against his enemy, and one that shall requite kindness to his friends. I left me somebody just like me. You know, you might have my quirks, my annoyances, whatever case may be, but I'm leaving behind someone that's basically is gonna serve the Most High God correctly. Now watch the character of the Father. Watch this. I'm gonna show you some characteristics. You know, go to Galatians. We at time 40 more minute. All right, Galatians. All right, Galatians 5. And 22. The book of Galatians 5 in verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. With all these right here, man, that should be the characteristics of the Father. I don't mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, it says that, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace. I mean, love and joy. You can ask all the Father supposed to have, just love and joy, just all love, love, love. Oh, give me a hug. Oh, here's my credit card. Here, you might have the keys to the car. Go ahead, run around, do what you got to do. I mean, nah. The Father loves you when he basically gives you correction. The Father loves you when he put boundaries up. Not just go hog wild and then go out there and do what you want to do. Nah. He got joy. I read to you earlier in Sirach 30. He's going to have joy when he knows that he trained up his child correctly. He's going to have sorrow if he didn't train up his child. So some parents can't get mad if their children go to hell off. If you come to yourself like that, I ain't raised my kid right. Can't get mad. Like, it was a story I heard many years ago when I was a kid that a dude went to jail for murdering a bunch of people. He was on death row. He said, you got a last request? I want to see my mom's. He said, all right. So he went. So the mother went to go visit him. He reached on the table. I think the true story. Somebody told me the true story. I mean, the story still sticks out to me anyway, if it's true or not. He reached on the table and bit her. He said, what you do? Why you bite me? He said, because you never taught me that murdering was wrong. So with that being said is, you got to train your children up, because when they get out there in the world and that crazy, if he have a inkling of recollection, it is our fault that our kids go off into madness. Because why? Because they are the reflection of us. We teach them the left and right limits, right? We teach them the peace, the long suffering, the gentleness, the goodness, the fruit. You know what I'm saying? Faith, meekness. Faith is a big one. We teach them the kids faith. Faith in what? Their first faith is in us as the men. If we don't deliver, their faith dwindles down. Just like sometimes people's faith be dwindling because sometimes God don't answer your prayers right then and there. Man, God ain't gonna do it. No, he ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it. And he said he may not be there when you want it, but he's gonna be there right on time. Us as fathers is the same way. We may not be there just all snap. Dad, I need this. All right, I got you. It may not come right then and there, but it comes. But when it does come right on time, guess what? Be happy that your dad came through for you. You know? We ain't no genie. You don't rub our little head. Some people got bald head. I got hair in my head. All praise is still here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you don't rub on our little head and all of a sudden now you just pull out the wallet and just give you like whatever you need. Nah, man. Stuff takes time. You know, like I said, us as men, we're calculated. We got to basically do the math in our head before we do anything. You know, go to Proverbs 16 and 32. 16:32. All right. Proverbs 16:32. The book of Proverbs 16 and verse 32. And it reads, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. right? So we say, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. When us as men, yes, we are men, we get angry. I know I do. I put my hand up and be like, hey, I ain't great. I ain't got time for stupidity. I ain't got time for the madness. I hate dumb stuff. I truly do. I hate unnecessary stuff. I hate people doing too much. I get angry quick. But guess what? He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. I gotta like, all right. Like I said, we gotta be calculated. Like, all right, let me calculate this. Let me do be like Ecclesiastes, you know what I'm saying, where it says that there's a time and place, there's a time to cry, there's a time to be happy. Time to say something, time not to say nothing. Right? So we gotta make sure that we be slow to anger. Right? Go to Sirach 37:12. Sirach 37:12. All right. So now we're getting the foundation built up. Us as the men, we should basically have some clear understanding of how to, when we get this temple back, because guess what? We are that temple, right? Because feast of dedication is all this is about. Yes, it's good to know about the Maccabees, how we won it back, but at the end of the day, what's the spiritual aspect about it, right? Rebuilding the temple up. Then we got to rededicate ourselves, because we've been, think about this, we had so much stuff going inside of us, so much, it's been defiled. Any and everything has been going through that thing. We got to basically rebuild it and clean out our temple so we can basically get the temple back and rededicate ourselves. Most I don't want nothing rededicated some trash heap. No, I want you to rededicate a clean temple. And before you do that, we got to get the foundation on how to clean this temple out. What do we got to clean up? Clean up the men, the women, the children, the church, right? Everything. We're gonna get through that. We're gonna get through that. Lord's will, by the end of this week, of this piece, you have some understanding on how to clean out this temple, right? All right. Ecclesiastes 37:12. And it reads, But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. So when you, like, his mind's always going to be stayed on the Most High God, right? And when you misstep or do something wrong, I should be quick to get mad, as it written in Proverbs 16. Slow to anger, right? Very slow. Like people always say, you got two of these, you got one of these. Two eyes, look twice, listen twice, and speak once. Be a man of few words, brothers. Because when you do speak, people are like, they're going to lean in. Like, damn, he barely speak. It must be something worth saying. Right? Now, what's the character comparison, right? Watch this. Righteous man versus weak man. A righteous man leads with wisdom and discipline. Weak men follows emotions. We shouldn't always be in our emotions. If a man does get mad, women, don't be saying, oh, why you always get emotional? If you get mad because you did something to them and they make it upset. Upset is an emotion. Don't act like, you know what I'm saying, because sometimes he keep getting mad and mad and mad. Maybe you might be doing something every single daggone time. Maybe you need to set up them prayers and say, man, what am I doing? Why every single time he get mad at me all the time? What am I saying? What am I doing? Kids too. Why dad always getting on me? What are you doing? There's somebody getting on me. None of us are good. Guess what? God gets on us. God, Christ, man, woman. Don't you think God get on us about stuff? So why you think that we can't get on you as the men? Y'all just exempt, y'all good, y'all righteous. Okay, rock on. You should be floating, you should be walking on water then, all that. Another point. A righteous man provides and protects. Weak men, what? Abhor responsibility. Like I said earlier, man, because we are calculated. Don't be saying, hey, man, can you go to the moon, give me some dirt? Like, look, because I said no, don't make that man feel bad because he said no. We are very calculated and we make some sense. But the righteous man said, oh, yeah, that's right. It makes sense. Let's go do this. I got you. I'm straight. No harm, no foul. Let's go do it. Let's go do it. But don't get mad or get pissed off and go in your mind, oh, man, you weak because you ain't taking care of us. Nah. You wicked. Like I said, we're very calculated. Very. You're not leading with emotions. Right now, you're leading with emotions because I said no about something. But man, if your father says no about something, hey, man, take it for his value. Maybe something out there that you might, like my wife always say, when delays happen, maybe it's God stopping him. Sometimes, like, you always can't be saying it's a delay because sometimes might be an idiot up there driving slow, being stupid. Like, come on, dog. Like, why you ain't paying attention? Right? If somebody in the car on the side of the road, maybe they wasn't paying attention. It's not because maybe God stopped him from getting something. Because we always can't say that all the time. Like, Lord's will, I'm gonna get this job, but you ain't apply for no job. Like, bruh, come on, sis, come on. Right? Another point. A righteous man builds his family. Weak man destroys through neglect. Come on, bruh. How you neglect your daggone family, bruh? We read to you earlier, you know what I'm saying? Man that don't provide for his family is worse than the infidel. If you're not providing for them the necessities of life, clothes on their back, shoes on their feet, food in their stomach, you're A-okay, brother. But if you ain't doing none of that, hey dog, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Ain't that what I'm saying? Right? It's a song too, right? Watch this. Abraham versus Ahab. Watch this. Abraham obeyed God instantly. Ahab allowed Jezebel to rule him. Don't be an Ahab, brothers. Some brothers do be like Ahab, allowing the woman to run the whole house while you sit back playing the game, drinking, or doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, yeah, we get the hard days of work and we deal with the world. If y'all women, you know what I'm saying, or stay-home mom, sis, leave that man alone to a degree. Because because the stuff we deal with on the outside, because it says it in Genesis, we had thorns and thistles we got to deal with. We deal with a lot of thorns and thistles in that field. We don't want to lift a finger when we come up in this house. If the house is like that, where everybody got to go to work in the household, yeah, share responsibility. Nothing wrong with that. You're the stay-at-home mom, and he's the one to go out there and fight the world. Fall back on that dude. That's a lot. That's a lot on that man's plate. A lot. I'm trying to tell you because I got a stay-at-home wife right now, and I know. All praise the Most High. You know what I'm saying? It's a good balance in here. You know. Just letting y'all know. Trust me. That man shouldn't be lifting a finger if he got to go fight the world. If y'all women are stay-home moms, man, like I said, we're calculated. Some things you shouldn't be asking. Some things like, all right, I can do this. I ain't actually go there and change the tire or something like that. Then yeah, bro, something you should be doing. You should go there and cut the grass. No, you shouldn't be doing all that stuff like that. We deal with the outside. Y'all deal with the in. That's how God made it. If you want to play around with a lawnmower because we got one, because we got a riding lawnmower, it's what it is, because you just want to play. Make sure you cutting it right. But other than that, nah, that's not your job. We are the one that tills the field. While y'all make sure the home is good. Right? The Jezebel is the one going to she gonna take care of every daggone thing. Like, nah. And Ahab just has in the corner. Abraham led his household. Ahab abandoned leadership. I'm not going to abandon my leadership. Like I said, because I got to go out there and fight the world, and I come back in the house because I may not be here to a certain degree, or the father may not be here to a certain degree. That doesn't mean he deserves a little of your respect because he barely is in the home on top like that. Like I said earlier in Exodus, it said honor thy father and mother. It ain't say when to you should be showing honor to thy father and your mother. So honor your father all day long, like my father. That's it. I had just me and my mom. So my dad was in jail. I still show respect to my father. Why? Because it says honor your father. It didn't say when to do it. It says just honor him, period. That my days shall be long. I pray I can see 90 years old. In day and age, if I make it, I'd be surprised. But I'd be happy to see 90 years old and see my great grandkids. All right? 5 generations. That'd be dope. I'd be one old little decrepit man reading these scripts, giving you the word, still doing Moment of Truth Sunday. I'm like, this dude been doing it for how many years now? You know? Watch this. Let's go to a good little chart and structure. Divine order of the man. You got Christ, and then you got the man. What does the man do? We lead, provide, protect, teach, and we do discipline. So you got to understand, if those are not met in the household, bro, that's those foundations not in there. Lead, provide, protect, teach, and we do discipline. If that's not in the household, you and Ahab, you're abandoning your post. Like I said, son of man, I made you a watchman. Men, he made us a watchman too of our household as well. Because when you abandon your post when you don't lead, you abandon your post when you don't provide, you abandon your post when you don't protect, you abandon your post when you don't teach, and you abandon your post when you don't discipline. It's a chaotic home. You want peace at home. Sometimes we think in our mind for certain things we want, but we don't lift a finger to do it. He said, "Faith without works." I got faith. I'm going to put this stuff into operation. Yes, this should not just be words on a book, real deep words, and me speaking like deep. Yeah, he deep, he heavy. Oh wow. But you're not doing anything to make this come about. These computers and everything you see me on, somebody had to physically do something for you to see me on this camera. Somebody had to build this camera, physically do something. This camera would not be made if that person didn't thought it in his head, put it on paper, didn't put it into action, and didn't make it, and doing all these little gizmo things doing right now for you to see me on camera right now. Everything you see around you, somebody have to physically do something to get it. That thing just pop out of thin air? No. You got to do something. Just like children. I mean, I'm just saying, ain't trying to get kind of a little X-rated. You got to do something to make kids. You got to do something to teach the kids. You bring them in this planet, you better teach them. Don't we just be some out there just laying with this girl and that girl and just having kids out of wedlock and you don't teach them. You're supposed to lead them, provide for them, protect them, teach them, and discipline them. No, just have them and that's it. That's they can fend for themselves. You know, we're the only species on the planet. If you have a little baby, you put it on the ground, they can't take care of themselves. So that baby has to get taken care of if you bring it into this world. Really have to. Really, really have to. What's the conclusion of the What's the conclusion of the whole matter? Right? Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. All right? Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. All right? What's the conclusion of the whole matter? Right? Out of all that we learned, what's the conclusion? Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. What's the duty of this man? What you doing, man? Look. Oh well. Next time, we'll do it tomorrow. Alright? So anyway, that's the conclusion of the whole matter, man. Fear God and keep His commandments, man. So that's the whole conclusion of the whole matter, that we should supposed to fear God and keep His commandments. If we don't do that, As men, lead, provide, protect, teach, discipline. Right? So when we do that, Lord, watch this. Let me show you something. The manner of this series, the song that I like, which I should know, is this. That's what we're doing, right? I know it's out of orthodox, but yeah, because we're building, right? We gotta tear his kingdom down, and then we're gonna build, right? We're gonna build up. How we're gonna build? We're gonna basically rebuild the temple. That's why this is dedication. This whole week is gonna be a series. So, how to restore back the nation of Israel. And this song right here, right now, is gonna be basically the series. But that's gonna be the conclusion of the whole matter. The Lord said, Lord's will, I'll catch y'all tomorrow, 7 o'clock. And the topic of tomorrow is going to be, what's it going to be tomorrow? It's going to be tomorrow. The order of the woman. I guess I have probably like one person because y'all don't want to get the order. But no, man, order of the woman. Because who got to be the main one first? It's us. If we're not straight, y'all won't be straight. So the man got to be held responsible first, it's like in Genesis, and now the woman. So Lord's will tomorrow, 7 o'clock. I see y'all tomorrow, man. It's gonna be a good little series, man, of the order of the woman. So happy feast to all you all brothers and sisters. Happy feast, happy feast, happy feast, happy feast, happy feast, happy feast, happy feast. Of dedication to you brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? And join tomorrow. 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about the order of the woman. We're going to build from the ground up. You got the order of the family. You got God, Christ, man, woman. And now the foundation right now is the man. He's the foundation. Now the woman, she's the walls, she's the electrical, she's the plumbing, she's everything. Because why? That's what makes the whole house run. Right? And we're going to get into some more other ones. Right? So with that being said, I pray y'all have some understanding of men, the order of the men, right? So let me say, we're gonna tell the kingdom that we're gonna rebuild the order of the men, rebuild the temple. With that being said, peace and blessings.